There's a 21 BMW X5 and you're flipped on it?
Yeah.
How much?
12.
All right, let's see what it's worth. It's got the beautiful chocolate interior. Why are you trying to get rid of it?
I just can't afford the payments no more.
How much are the payments?
$960 a month.
How long have you had this car?
I only had it for like 2 months.
2
Yeah,
months?
and then I had the issue with my wife, so.
Oh, you're married? How young are you?
25.
Damn, look at you, man. Was this her car?
Yeah, she was driving.
So we need to make sure this does not hurt your credit, in other words. How much do you owe on it?
48.
2021 BMW X5 with 65,000 miles on it. I'm seeing MMR is around 35. Damn, thing's brand new. What you got on that BMW?
I do like 36.
How much you gave?
That is 35.
Guys, if I wanted to sell this car and be ranked number 9 best value in the country, I'd have to be selling it for 38. If I want to sell it tomorrow, I need to be selling it 34.9. That would get me the cheapest one in the country. This is how we price all our inventory. We price it to sell.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to the channel. Today's videos, guys, I got a lot of different clips we're gonna go through today. I see a lot of people complaining online about how expensive new cars are. We're gonna see why are these dealerships charging so much for basic cars. Nowadays, a brand new Camry gonna cost you about $40,000. Also, a brand new Honda Accord is going to cost you about 40 grand. So we're going to see exactly why these cars are so expensive. At least we're going to find out why the dealerships feel that they need to charge this much for the cars. Let's go.
All right, so y'all been going crazy about this Accord. Everybody want to know, how much do the car cost? I'm going to tell you, I got the option sheet right here. So the MSRP of this car is $40,500.
Wow.
Now,
Honda
we
Accord.
added a little bit of accessories, and I'm going to walk through them. Wheel locks. Rear body kit, blacked out emblems, side skirts, we added this, front lip kit, we added that. That's not factory, that's an accessory. That's a front lip kit, it's kind of nice. Door edge guard protector, so when you open the door, you don't scratch up the paint. Door edge guards, so when you open your door, you don't get door dings, this protects your paint. We added that. All season trunk mat. We added this. This is an accessory. You get that for free. Window tint. The windows are tinted for UV protection. We live in Texas. Guess what? You get that for free as well. The whole entire car has been ceramic coated. So bird poop, bug guts, rain spots, the car won't get any of that because it's ceramic coated. And you come back every 6 months and we apply another coating for free for up to 3 years. This car has $6,000 worth of options. And you don't pay a dime for them. That's why it's a manager special. Somebody come get this car today. I'm tired of looking at it.
Hey, man, that is a complete ripoff. There's no way that that's $6,000 worth of add-ons. First of all, those stupid little lips and whatever he called it, little fender things, they don't cost that much. You can go on Amazon, order that all day. The ceramic coat that they claim that protects it ain't nothing but a spray. I had a real ceramic coat put on my car, and that thing cost a few $1,000s. I'm talking about actual liquid that they put on the car. You have to let the car sit for several days before you can even take delivery of it. So that spray that they're putting on there isn't worth what they're charging for it. It's all a scam, guys. Wheel locks. You can buy wheel locks on Amazon. So this is the reason why these dealerships are charging so much for these cars, but these stupid add-ons that you do not have to pay for. You know what I'm saying? They try to make it seem like it's mandatory that you pay for that stuff. I'll be like, I don't want the car, but you got to have all that on. Take it off. Just put the regular wheel lugs on there. Take the stupid lip off. And the spray that y'all put on there claiming it is ceramic coat isn't worth what you're charging. And the window tint. There's no telling how much they're going to charge you for the window tint. It might be $800 for that window tint. But a lot of people don't know this stuff. And some people will say, hey, well, this is the stuff I don't have to do to the car. And the issue is you're financing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're throwing this in the financing. And that's what's crazy. It may cost you the maximum $200 to get your window tinted. Then those other little pieces is what? Maybe a couple $100. Wheel locks, maybe $75. That spray, you can go to AutoZone and buy that for maybe $10. So where's $6,000? So don't let them scam you, man, with this stuff. And if they're not willing to take this stuff off or not charge you for it, you need to pick another car or a whole different dealership. Do not pay no $6 grand for that little bit of crap that they're putting on these cars. That's ridiculous. Leave your comments, guys. Let me know what y'all think.
Sitting in the Mirage in the showroom just because I wanted to chat with my people real quick. Like, we got to do better. We got to do better. Let me give y'all the situation first, and y'all tell me what y'all would do. So there was a couple and their kid that came in the other day. They came in a Mirage. I can't remember what year it was, but I knew that they wanted to trade it in. The issue was that it was too small for them. They needed something bigger. Mind you, they traveled all the way from Montana in this small vehicle with their big dog, their kid, and them. So already off rip, I'm like, okay, this is a good situation because it's always good when somebody's bringing in your brand and trying to trade it in for the same brand.
Okay.
You kind of have an upper hand there. We get to talking, I sit them down, I welcome them in, and I'm kind of just asking, like, what are you trying to accomplish today? Like, what is your goal? As far as payment, as far as like what you're trying to spend, your budget, all the things. I turn to the lady as we're talking and I ask about credit. She tells me her credit is about a 5 out of 10 on a scale from 1 to 10. I asked the guy the same question. He says his is crap. It's even worse than hers.
Oh, wow.
He says his is a 2. So I'm already thinking in my head it's going to be a little challenging, but it's nothing that we can't get past. So at this point in my head, I'm already assessing the situation and I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and do a credit app. That way, I'm not getting y'all excited on anything. I'm not running ragged outside trying to find a vehicle, that I think is going to work. Let me just go ahead and get the credit. So I'm asking her questions, I get to the job portion. I'm like, hey, where are you working right now? She said that she hasn't found a job here yet. No job.
Whoa, what?
Okay. So I move on to him as a co-buyer and I'm asking him the same questions, address, all the things, social security. Then I ask him about his job. He then proceeds to tell me that he's been unemployed for a year.
Hold on. So let me get this straight. Now, guys, I haven't seen these clips. I watched this stuff with you guys. So don't have a job and their credit is crap and they want to buy a car. All right, let's see what else happens.
And that he doesn't plan on getting a job anytime soon. He's actually trying to file for disability. Now you tell me what you would do.
That's crazy.
After this, I'm kind of just like reassessing the situation. Like, what's the goal? What am I trying to accomplish here? And the last thing that got me was that they didn't have any money down.
Oh, come on.
And they've barely been at their place of residence for more than a week. And it's just really frustrating because I understand that you're in a situation and I really do want to help you out. Right. But how do you come to a dealership and expect me to like pull magic tricks out of my like sleeve? Really, because what am I supposed to do when neither of y'all have a job and you have $8 grand of negative equity? You just have to start like thinking.
Right. I mean, she's right. I mean, I'm not laughing at these people's situation, especially right now, guys. There's a lot of people that are losing their jobs, a lot of things going on in the world that's just kind of out of our control. But a situation like this is unacceptable. Like, you can't go somewhere asking for money and you don't have a way of paying it back, pretty much. I mean, yes, it's a car loan, but it's still asking to borrow money and not have a way to pay it back. I mean, that's basically what they try to do. And again, some people are just ignorant to the whole car buying situation. You know what I'm saying? Some people get cars from family members. They never had to go into a dealership and actually purchase a vehicle. But situations like this is just, I can understand how that's frustrating, but at the same time, what I would do, answering her question, is educate the people and let them know, hey, this is what you need. Boom, 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 boom. And the main thing you need, first off, is income, a way to pay the money back. All right, guys, now this subject right here comes up all the time. Everybody has their way of doing things. Everybody has their philosophy when it comes down to leasing and financing a car. Either way works for me. I think it depends on your lifestyle, depends on your income, depends on you, the type of person likes to switch cars, you don't drive a lot. It's a lot of different factors. But let's see how much it costs to actually lease a brand new 2025 M3 BMW.
Let's talk about whether you should lease or finance a 2025 BMW M3 Competition X-Drive. So I found this M3 Competition X-Drive at BMW of Bellevue near me, and I took the VIN number and I entered it into the drive match calculator. I assumed a 2% discount. On a 36-month lease that allows for 12,000 miles a year, the residual is going to be 56%. The money factor is going to be 0.0024 or 5.76% APR. I don't qualify for any lease incentives, and my monthly lease payment with $1,719 down is going to be $1,719 a month. And if I finance this BMW M3, assume the same 2% discount. On a 72-month term, the base APR that the drive match calculator pulled is 5.69%. I don't qualify for any finance incentives. And if I put the same $1,719 down that I put on the lease, my monthly finance payment is going to be $1,711 per month, which is $8 less than the monthly lease payment. Now, if I take the effective lease payment of $1,719 a month and divide it by this vehicle's MSRP, which is $94,990, I get 1.8%. Now, typically when you run this calculation on a lease, you want to be under 1.5%. That's what I consider a good lease deal in terms of value. But even though this is over 1.5%, I'd still lease this BMW, and here's why. The first reason is because of depreciation. This BMW might depreciate at a rapid rate, and leasing it would protect me from negative equity. But if this BMW ends up holding its value, which it might, I have a buyout option and I can buy this BMW M3 at the end of the lease for $53,194. On top of that, with leasing, I don't have to worry about gap insurance, and I don't have to worry about diminished value in case I get into a fender bender. But that's just me. What would you do in this situation? Would you lease or finance?
All right, now, all you finance experts and geniuses, man, let me know, what do you think about leasing and finance? I want to hear you guys' opinion on leasing and financing, because I'm on the fence about it myself. Like I told you guys, I'm really a Dodge guy, and this was a car channel. It was mainly a Dodge channel. But of course, you know, they stopped making the Hemi and they're slowly bringing it back. But I said that to say this: when they actually bring the cars back, put the Hemis back in the muscle cars, I will be leasing one. Only because I'm no longer financing cars for 84 months, 72 months, 60. That's just, I'm done with doing that. I will be strictly using the car for content. So with that being said, in 3 years, I would want to give that car back. You feel me? So if I finance it and I try to get rid of it in 3 years, I'm going to be in the negative. So ridiculous. It's I don't even want to think about it, because Dodge cars do not hold its value. Like I said, that's a big debate when it comes to leasing versus financing, because there's a lot of people who don't believe in leasing. They think it's a waste of money. They think it's just throwing money down the drain. You're basically renting a car. You won't have a car once the lease is up, and all that stuff is true. But you do have the option of financing a car once the lease is over. In this situation, you're still going to have to pay $53,000 for the car after 3 years. And you're going to have to finance that. So that's still, with the interest rates the way they are now, that's still another $1,000 a month. You feel what I'm trying to say? So you go from paying $1,700 a month for 3 years, now you can pay $1,000 a month for the next 5 years. So that's just a lot of money that you're throwing away, especially if you don't plan on paying the car off and keeping it forever. I don't know one person that has bought a new BMW these days and paid it off. You feel what I'm trying to say? Back in the day, I think the BMWs were maybe made a little different and probably can withstand, you know, a long term. But these cars nowadays are made of crap. So I don't know. Leave it in the comments, guys. Let me know what y'all think.
Yep, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Which one would you like first?
Let's go with the good.
I've got a referral customer here. She's got a 15 Explorer at home. The motor is going on it. She's still paying for the car. She's paying it. She's telling me it's got maybe $2,000-$3,000 balance. I told her don't worry about it. But she's got $1,500 down. She needs another SUV. And yeah.
Okay. And this is the person you were showing the Escalade to?
We were indeed looking at the Escalade.
Okay.
That is the next one.
She does indeed have good credit. She's paid perfect. The balance looks like $2,600 right now. Probably not worth that exactly with a blown motor, but that's easy to overcome with such a small balance. Just to be clear on payment on this thing's $215.
On her car, she's paying that.
Yeah.
She's paying
Wow.
$215. Yeah.
Wow.
So essentially, even if we go through credit union, we get her super low rate, her payment's still going to be upwards of $600 to $700 on a truck like that. If that's kind of where she's comfortable, then that's easy, and I'll work out the numbers for you in like 4 minutes.
I'll go touch touch base with her and let her know that this Escalade's going to come with a nice payment. All right, kid, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Which one would you like first?
Let's go with the bad.
Okay, I don't really have too much bad news. So, I mean, we've got you approved now. The only thing I would say, the bad news I would have for you is just the payment on the car, right? So the payment on this Escalade is going to be, upwards of $600. We didn't really get a chance to touch base and speak on budget. So we know that the payment on this Ford is very cheap.
I can do 600.
Okay.
I can.
All right.
Just depending on what the vehicle looks like.
All right, perfect. We'll go out there and look at the car here.
Wrong.
All right, kid. Today we
Wrong.
got you approved on this 2016 Cadillac Escalade. It's a size up from this Explorer that you're driving. It's got the third row to it.
It's really good.
It's got the TV in it. It's got an infotainment package. It's got heated and cooled seats. It's got heated steering wheel. It's got the heads-up display on the dash.
What year again?
2016. All right, Lev. She loves the Escalade. Actually, loves it. As far as budget, she says she can handle a $600 payment. So I mean, I think we're pretty squared away here.
So going into the Escalade, we're gonna tow in the trade, pay that thing off. $1,500 is her total out of pocket. That includes taxes, tags, everything. $680 a month.
$680 a month on this car, and we're paying off her trade.
Sure.
Oh, dude, she's gonna love this. All right, kid. This time I've got nothing but good news for you. Okay, we're gonna look over the numbers on this Escalade really briefly, and then we're gonna send you home. So today you're gonna be walking out of here with this 2016 Cadillac Escalade. Okay, we're gonna take your trade in. We're gonna tow in trade, and pay it off. All right, so we're going to pay off that Ford Explorer you have, and we're going to do the $1,500 down that you have today, and the payment on this Escalade is going to be $684 a month.
Okay.
Okay, congratulations on your new car, kid. We're going to get this thing cleaned up for you.
Now, I can't judge people for what they're willing to pay for their vehicle. That's their decision. I can't knock the dealership for selling them the car. Hey, everybody has a choice to either agree to pay for or walk away. That's your own personal choice. So there's nothing against the dealership, and there's nothing against her. My opinion is, there's no way I'm paying almost $700 a month for a 2016. It just doesn't make sense to me, because for $700 a month, you can get a 2025 something. You feel what I'm trying to say? For a 2016, that's a bit much in my opinion. Now, it could be her dream truck. Who knows? I don't know. But what I don't like is she didn't ask the interest rate. She didn't ask the total price out the door. None of that stuff. And those are the things you have to ask, because a lot of times you can lower your payment if you ask them, what's the interest rate? Sometimes they could bring the interest rate down because there's a buy rate, which means it's the rate that they get from the banks. And usually it's 2 points higher is what they quote you than what it really was approved for. You understand what I'm saying? So basically there's a buy rate the dealer get, then there's a rate that they give you. And I think there's a 2-point difference there. So you can always get a little lower interest rate regardless of what they first quote you. That's a tip right there for you guys. Escalades are known to have problems. You feel what I'm trying to say? So she'll be ready to trade that truck in 2 years. Then she'll be back in the same situation. Negative equity, blah, blah, blah. These dealerships, these are the things that they deal with on a daily basis. And I try not to knock the dealerships, because they're only doing what people allow them to do. They're not making her buy this truck. They just saying, here's how much it costs. These are the terms. Do you want it or not? That's the reason why I do these videos. And it's not to knock the dealerships. It's actually to bring exposure to the dealership, because a lot of times they can do things to get people done that they can't get done at other dealerships. So it's not my job to sit here and knock these dealerships. It's your choice whether or not to sign up for these terms.
This deal for me, please. I got a guy here on the GMC Sierra. He's got 20 G's down, which I like, but he's got some rough credit history. I think someone buys him. He's got a couple open autos, but again, the 20 G's down I think should help. Can you just run this deal and see what we can get?
You wouldn't believe it. He's a 423. We're only looking to borrow $8 grand, and nobody's biting on it. He's got the 2 open autos. So the one is he's keeping for his fiance or his wife, and the other auto was a voluntary surrender recently. Just give it back to the bank.
No one's biting?
Nobody.
Financed amount of $8,000 and nobody's doing
Nobody. One of the lenders just called right now, and she's taking it to her boss's boss to try to get an exception.
This guy's like chomping at the bits for this truck, man. I know that we could sell it if we can get an approval. That's rough. So wait, so he's got one open auto that he's keeping?
One he's keeping for his wife, for his fiance, and the other auto he just gave it back to
And everyone's stipulating, I'm guessing, what, for him to trade everything in?
To trade them both.
Damn, that sucks.
That's tough.
Oh man, that's rough. Okay, I guess let me know if we hear anything.
Okay.
This is a tough scenario. Even though you're only financing $8,000, 2 open auto loans, voluntary repo, there's a lot of things wrong with the deal.
He doesn't make a ginormous amount of money for the year.
Gotcha. All right, let me call the rep, see if he can call in a favor for us, and hopefully we can get something done here. So I just spoke to our rep there. He's basically saying, like, it's a third auto essentially because that voluntary repo, it's still showing on his
Still
credit.
got to pay that
So
money
he's keeping
too.
the one, the voluntary repo still shows on his credit. They're not willing to do a third. So unless we can prove like that one of them is off the credit, which it's not, they're not willing to do a third, even with 20K down. I mean, which is,
It's unfortunate.
it is. I mean, it's 20K down. You're financing $8,000. We're at
8,000.
what, 15% of book value? It's crazy that not one bank will take a chance on this guy. So it is what it is, though. I understand why. I mean, it's a rough credit situation, but it's always unfortunate when we're not able to make a deal.
Man, situation like that, man, I personally would take that 20 grand and fix my credit. That car would just have to wait. You know, as you can see, even, you know, nowadays banks are really getting strict on loaning money. So the problem he has is the 423 credit score. If he had decent credit, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't even matter. And usually if you're putting that amount of money down, they'll still finance you. But again, it is, you know, sometimes the banks do you a favor. You know what I'm saying? In situations like this, they basically like, man, take that money and fix your credit. Regardless of how bad you want that truck, because it's not going anywhere. You can always come back later and get the same truck at a different time at a different dealership. You know, and like I told you guys, the reason why I show clips like this because this is stuff that really happens. You know, these are real scenarios, and a lot of people go into dealerships and they're ducks on in a row. You know, bad credit, repos. You know, and this guy had 20,000 down. A lot of times people don't even have the money to put down, but they expect these banks to loan them money. So it's just an unfortunate situation, like you said. Leave your comments, guys. What y'all think? That's crazy, man. We gotta make this bigger here. Hold on, guys. We got 20% payments is $1,500, basically $1,600 a month. So 24 Chevrolet 2500 HD. Look at that total of payments. That's 6 figures, bro. That is crazy. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. Finance charge is 49,000. Wow. They must really want that truck. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way. That is unbelievable. And some people will do any and everything to get the car that they want. Me personally, it's just not that serious. So guys, you know, I hope these clips help you out, man, to see what's going on in the car industry, man. You definitely have to do your homework, and it's different strokes for different folks. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's finances is different. Everybody has their philosophy. Leave it in the comments. I love my subscribers because you guys leave very good comments. A lot of times you leave comments helping each other out or just giving advice, leaving your experience, things that you went through. That's what I like to see on my channel, man. That's why I like my subscribers, because you guys are you're adding value to these videos by leaving your comments and hitting the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, that's on you. So take the time right now, you who keep watching the videos but you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Appreciate that. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.